So the Doctor Who controversy continues to chug along because, when there's smoke, there's woke fire, so they got to keep fanning that. Started off with Ncuti Gatwa talking about how he wants the Doctor to twerk a monster to death. Then after that, anybody who doesn't like the new Doctor is racist because God forbid they just don't like the show. No, you're racist. And now you have the new Doctor Ncuti Gatwa talking about white mediocrity getting celebrated while black people have to be absolutely flawless to get half of that. Like, what? It's just some more preachy nonsense that nobody's doing. For some reason, these people think they need to say or some god awful thing. I don't know. Let's get into this here. Article from that Park Place. Doctor Who actor Ncuti Gatwa asserts white mediocrity gets celebrated while black people have to be absolutely flawless to get half of that. Gee, I wonder what that's going to be about. They talk about something here about in some new relationship and when the Oscars and all of that. I really have no interest in any of that. Let's get to the part. After he finished talking, then it's serious. Okay, next he made it racial. This is what they say. You don't have to be excellent or aspire to that term, black excellence. What the hell? What the hell is black excellence? I never even heard of that. There's so much white mediocrity that gets celebrated, and black people, we have to be absolutely flawless to get half of that anyway. Okay, I've never heard of black excellence, white mediocrity, talking about how you have to be absolutely flawless to get half of that. So basically you're saying that white people could do something halfway good, but as a black person, you have to be absolutely excellent to get half of that appreciation. That's kind of ridiculous, but all right. He goes on, so I'm slowly training myself out of that and being like, no shit, you deserve love just for existing. And that has taught me to be a lot more loving as well in a weird way, he concluded. Once you love yourself and your family and people love you for existing, okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but in fact, you have to act like you deserve love just for existing. The fact that you exist means that God loved you enough to make you here, and that's what it is. And yes, there is a God. The fact that happened, that's what it is. You understand me? It shouldn't be anything like that. The supreme almighty creator of all things loves you and made you exist. That's the greatest love you will ever get. I don't know what you're going on about here, but let's continue on. Not only did Gatwa claim white mediocrity is celebrated while black people have to be flawless to achieve half of the celebration that he believes white mediocrity gets, but he also claimed that microaggressions exist everywhere when asked about the last time he experienced racism or homophobia. What the hell are microaggressions? I always hear people talking about that. That's fine. Let's check on this. Okay. Microaggressions are verbal, non-verbal, and environmental slights, snubs, and insults which communicate hostile, derogatory, or negative messages and behaviors that target a person based on their protected characteristic or belonging to a marginalized group. The hell does that mean? That didn't answer anything. What the hell is that supposed to mean? You see this one. Which of the following would be an example of a microaggression, okay? Some other examples of microaggressions include treating someone as a second-class citizen because of their gender, race, or sexual orientation, complimenting a person raised in the United States on their English simply because they are not white, telling a person with obesity that they should eat less. Okay, all right. First off, treating someone as a second-class citizen because of their gender, race, or sexual orientation. This is not 1940-something or on the 1950s or something like that. That doesn't happen, people. I'm not going to say that, there aren't probably small little instances of it here and there that have happened over the years, but nothing as major as what they're trying to make it out to be. They talk about female like because of their gender. How many women are there in leadership roles today? Race. You all pretty much go out there and constantly talk about how you don't like white people and black people should be everywhere. So that is making no sense. Or sexual orientation. Who cares about your sexual orientation? Nobody. Nobody needs to know. Nobody's interested in it. Nothing. Nobody knows. Nobody. Absolutely nobody knows that. Nobody. Nobody cares to know. They go on complimenting a person raised in the United States on their English simply because they are not white. What the hell does that even mean? I live in Trinidad and Tobago. I've lived here all my life. And apparently the way I speak has a slight, it already has a Trini accent, but some people tell me that it also sounds something akin to like Nigerian or something like that. And many people have asked me if I am from Nigeria, even though I've never been to Nigeria, never been to anything like that. People ask me that. I don't find that offensive in any way at all because people just genuinely don't know. So they will ask, or sometimes somebody actually asked me once if I have my legal documents to work in this country. I was like, yeah, I've born here. They say, oh God, they say, but you know songs. So I laughed, and that was it. I don't find anything offensive about that. People genuinely don't know. They don't know what you're acting like. People are going to go up to somebody who isn't white or maybe they're going to come back. Come on, that's ridiculous. That's really ridiculous. Finally, telling a person with obesity that they should eat less. That's not a microaggression. That is helpful medical advice because it could kill them. That is not a microaggression. So once again, this whole microaggression, this is another bunch of made up nonsense. That's all it is. That's all it is. A bunch of more made up nonsense. Microaggressions, my foot. But these people need some help with. Go on to that. Gatwa claimed, I'd say that is a daily thing. You pick and choose what things you allow to stick with you, to affect you, or to say something about. It's ridiculous. So you basically trying to tell me that if anybody says anything that you find to be some kind of microaggression, even though it doesn't make sense that microaggression seems to not even be an actual thing, you must lash out about it. God. Homophobia, I don't know other than my own internalized homophobia that I'm working through in therapy, not for a little while. You know why? Because people don't care. What you think about yourself internally, that's your business. That is your business entirely. Nobody cares about that whatsoever. But no, these people want to go out in public, you understand me, and shout from a megaphone to everybody to know, I'm gay, I'm a lesbian, I'm whatever. And expect everybody to worship them for that. And the minute people just don't business or don't care or say, listen, I don't want my children exposed to that in a classroom. You freak out and talk about homophobia and all kind of nonsense. Nobody cares who you sleep with. That should be done in the privacy of your home, not displayed on the road for everybody to see. That is all. That is all. So this is another bunch of whole made up crap that nobody cares about. Talk about this internalized homophobia. I don't really care about that. That's his business. That was also asked about the push to normalize disordered lifestyles such as gender diversity and transgender ideology and the righteous pushback against this normalization. There's no such thing as gender diversity because there are only two genders, male and female, that's it. When talk about transgender ideology, do I believe that there are a few people who have a mental condition that makes them believe that they were somehow born in the wrong body? Yes. God doesn't make mistakes, but like I said, mental condition, they believe so, yes. I could feel sympathy for these people if they choose to go and transition or whatever, once they are an adult, they're free to do so. I have no problem with that. But I do not believe all these people suddenly running around claiming that they're transgender or non-binary, whatever the other want to call it. No, you're just trying to jump in on the crowd because that's what you want to do. You're not transgender, whatever the hell it is. You're not that. You just want to be a part of something, so that is what you're running to. So all this thing to normalize. You can't normalize something that does not actually exist. These people make up new terms every day. It doesn't stick, and all it does is show how absolutely unhinged these individuals are. But this is what Ncuti Gatwa had to say. Everything trickles down from the top. And when you see politicians openly attacking marginalized communities, when you see our politicians openly attacking trans people, it makes it okay for everyone else. What politicians are you seeing doing that? What politicians are you seeing doing that? Because the majority of them trying to join this nonsense and it not making sense. Listen, saying something is wrong is not attacking anybody. That's it. Saying something is wrong is not attacking anybody at all. But no, that is to them, continues on. And it is scary to see that we've got to a point where it's fine to attack vulnerable people because that's essentially what's happening. No, it's not. People who are the most vulnerable, the most disenfranchised, most disconnected from everyone else are being told that they are the threats. It's sick because it's a way of hiding your own ineptitude. Who is doing that? Who are these people you're talking about? None of them are being affected like this. But no, these people have literally weaponized victimhood and want everybody to believe this is what's happening to them when it's not. He went on, you're going to put the blame on immigrants, black and brown people, trans people, queer people to hide the fact that you are not doing anything for people. It's easier to just create disorder amongst people. It's divide and conquer, isn't it? They talk about immigrants and black people. There have always been immigrants in these European countries. That's literally how they came to be. Isn't that? And if you're talking about it, you talk about things. Why do you think all these people are always trying to go to these countries? Because they want to get a better life. So that's it. If a country is trying to keep its borders, no one want to invite all this thing into it, that's their choice. I am not going to come out and tell any country, you must do this because, no, that's wrong. Oh, black and brown people. You are literally spent every day pushing the fact that, people need to be hired not because they're competent or skilled, no, because of their skin color. Then you have trans people. You're literally mutilating children to make a point, even though they know that is sick and wrong, and you continue to do this. Queer people, nobody cares if you're queer. But no, you must show it in the world and then play victim when everybody doesn't instantly worship you for being that. Do I think some politicians need to do better? Yeah, but come on now, man. Don't try to blame everybody for this nonsense. You all see boogeymen everywhere and then try to act like, because somebody else doesn't want to share your version of Folie à Deux, something is wrong with them. Oh, for God's sakes, boy. Hey. Yeah. That's what's going on. Ncuti Gatwa is telling people that, white people get it much more easier than black people because they get to be mediocre and pathetic, and black people have to struggle and fight and all kind of things to get everything done because God forbid you just come out and say, you know what? I love being Doctor Who. I want to do the show justice. I want to get everything done. No. These people have to use their buzzwords and their buzzwords. They have to talk about all kind of things. They ask him about racism, what do you want to say? Some microaggressions, and you get to pick and choose what you want to do. Talk about homophobia. He said no. Only his only his internalizing. Let me tell you something. You are internalizing a lot of things and then trying to project it on the world outside, and it's not working at all. So yeah, way to piss all over more Doctor Who. Great for you. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time about a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.